All right, so I am looking at why I feel like I need to speed through a 6 week class in less than 6 weeks. Why do I need to do that? I don't mind that I have her on 1.25 sped up because I do learn quickly. I'm also not going to hide my light under a bushel. I do learn quickly. So is this now I need to look though at the intent of why I feel like I need to move through multiple weeks in 1 week. I was listening today to the Pulse that's on right now, which is Gene Key's 7. And it brought to mind that there can be people out there, leaders and teachers, who are not fully aligned to their own true message, right? And they can lead us astray if we follow them. Gene Key 7, the shadow is division, the gift is guidance, and the city is virtue. So he, in the audio, he talks about people of Gene Key 7 can be very leader adjacent. He didn't say it that way, but I am. So they're maybe not exactly leaders, but they have a voice that can be powerful, right? And I was thinking about, okay, this teacher that I have chosen to deep dive with on creating my brand, is she someone who's in alignment? And yes, I believe she is, and I chose her because of that, and I chose her because Haley also took this class, and I trust that what she has to say is from a heart space. So that's a good thing. However, it occurred to me have not in my life always been so discerning about who I deep dive with. And what can happen because I have superficiality in my evolution. So that's something that's always going to be a challenge my entire life because it's what I'm growing into. In this evolution, I have this superficiality. So I could very easily and am possibly on the cusp of thinking that Kat Karoy, this teacher, knows everything about Instagram and knows the exact thing that I should be doing for Instagram, and I need to follow everything she says to the letter because she obviously is right. She's the one, you know. So superficiality kind of gloms onto something and then makes it their own, and doesn't take it a step further into it. The dilemma is the lack of self-awareness. So doesn't take it into having self-awareness. Taking the information that you get from this human being and filtering it through your own self, right? And if I am speeding through the class, do I take the time to do that? I don't know. That's a question I'm asking myself today because I just listened to 7 this morning. And that's what came up. And another thing that was spurred in that in the audio today was the kind of leadership that is coming is very different than our leadership right now. Our way of leading here is wealth through striving. Wealth through striving. So we are actually, that pinged in me. the idea of striving. Am I striving to succeed? Am I striving to be the best in this class? Am I striving to get these messages so that then I will be the most popular Gene Keys person on Instagram? I don't know what the frick I think I'm striving towards, because I mean, really, if I sit back, let go of the superficiality and get back into my own personal self-assurance, my own self-awareness, I recognize my audience is so minuscule anyway, and I already have a direct line to many of them through the journey home. My branding is going to make no difference whatsoever here in this space. So what am I striving for? I'm not competing with any of you. I've let go of any kind of sense of competition here in the journey home. We all have our unique gifts, and I fully understand synergy and then synarchy here in this space. So here I am, though, in the outer space of YouTube, and all of a sudden I'm looking at my covers that just last week I was so proud that I figured out how to put covers on my videos on YouTube. Now I'm sitting here going, they look like crap. They look like total crap because they're not my colors now. Now that I have branding colors, they're not my colors. This funny sense of striving. But then I sit back and go, but yeah, and do I think that having the right colors on those videos is going to make people watch them more? I mean, that is kind of what she's selling. But what do I know from a place of self-assurance? That's a hard one, because right now, I'm going to tell you right now, there's this superficial need to be good at what I'm learning and to put it into action right now, and to make all of my colors perfect, and to, change the covers of my reels, and to change the covers of my things on YouTube. Now, as if I'm in a hurry for this. So another person talked to me today, Lizzie Pickles. She and I have our own Voxer channel called Moon Maidens, because we are working through a book together. But we are also in the Dream Arc retreat together. And we were actually talking about the Dream Arc. We were talking about an animal that has come to her recently. Lizzie Pickles has had an encounter with a sloth through oracle cards that had nothing to do with the Dream Arc itself, but brought in the sloth. And the sloth itself is a very key animal in the Dream Arc. It's kind of like represents pause in the Dream Arc. It is the pausing place. So if you are having any kind of trouble in the Dream Arc and you're not getting something, or something's going too fast for you or too slow for you or whatever, come to the sloth. Well, Lizzie didn't know anything about that with the sloth, and but she got the sloth in a different way, and so now she is looking at the sloth for herself. And so the whole Voxer I heard from her today was all about slowing down and, really getting into the energy of the sloth. Let me see what the sloth is. Easy mindfulness is what the sloth is. So I was thinking, okay, so here in about 15 minutes this morning, I hear from Haley about you might want to look at this wanting to speed up your learning. I get to hear that. Not only you might want to look at this, but I feel really intuitively this is something you need to look into. I mean, Haley wasn't just being gentle here. She was going, fucking look into this, girl. And so I got that. Then I get this message from Lizzie Pickles all about slowing down and the sloth. And I thought, hello. I guess I'm going, wake up, Megan. this is what the video is going to be about. And so I thought about it. The sloth has never been, in all the times I've been doing the dream arc over 2 years now, I have not tuned into the sloth. Its energy has not been what I needed to slow down. Okay, so one animal I have used to slow down is the elephant and the goose, 2 animals, because they represent Gene Key 5 and patience. But the one that really helps me the most, and I thought about that this morning, if I was going to get a dream arc animal to help me, who resonates with me? And it's the tortoise. And you know what? I think this is probably good for ending video 3. Let's talk about the tortoise tomorrow. Think about how you call in patience. And do you need patience? And how do you ever find yourself out of self-awareness? We talked about this a little bit in our campfire about forgetfulness, because that's Gene Key 31. And we can forget. We can forget to be self-aware, can't we? Yeah, where do you forget to be self-aware? And that's my dilemma in that Gene Key 20, which is presence. Being present. Have I been present with my learning? Whoa, there's one to think about. That's the city in Gene Key 20. Anyway, that's enough for today's video. I will see you in tomorrow's video.